Hi, my name is Melanie Turek. I'm an industry director with Frost and Sullivan in the enterprise communications practice. And I'm here today speaking with John Atherton, VP of Strategic Consulting and Chief Knowledge Officer at GT Nexus. And we're going to talk a little bit about web conferencing and some of the benefits that his organization is seeing from the technology. John, why don't we start by you telling me a little bit about what GT Nexus does?
Sure. GT Nexus provides a cloud-based collaboration platform that companies rely on to make their global supply chains more efficient. And they focus on the areas of trade and logistics. And for example, that means optimizing the way they move physical inventory from order point to final destination, and also the flow of funds from purchase point to sales. And we have a lot of customers you know, like the Home Depot and Procter & Gamble. We're based in Oakland, California, and we have about 450 employees worldwide.
Okay. And so I know one of the things you're using web conferencing for is to enable both internal and external collaboration, make meetings more productive, more effective. Tell me a little bit about how you're doing that.
Yeah, we sure do. You know, I like to think of it in that way, both internal and external. On the internal side, the use of ReadyTalk for our companies become operationalized. It happens not even every day, but I'd say even every hour. And a couple of different examples range from, you know, pre-scheduled conference calls with audio only, for sales and marketing, for example, to meetings that also use the web technology to share slides and other media, and then ranging also to ad hoc types of interactions. A couple examples of use cases around that would include our product management team that's mostly based in North America, interacting with their counterparts in development and R&D that are scattered throughout the world to collaborate on how our features and functions are developed. On the external side, it's much the same, Melanie. We use it every day in a variety of ways with external constituents, including not only our current customers, but also our prospects and industry analysts. And a typical example of that would be conveying sales and marketing information to those entities, and then also demonstrating our own software product through the use of ReadyTalk.
And I know one of the use cases we talked about earlier was, say, in a sales call, a weekly sales meeting, right? That Monday morning sales meeting that every company seems to have, where the attendees can actually go on and they're all looking at the same data, the same applications, right? And then they're able to really work around that by being on that web conferencing technology.
Yeah, that's very much the case. You know, on that regular call, sales is not the only example. We have other departments that use this technique. The leader of the call will kick it off on the audio channel and then share a number of slides or other applications that are relevant to that meeting. So everybody's, you know, literally looking at the same page.
Great. And I know you've also recently launched a program called GT Nexus University, or maybe just GT University, but tell me a little bit about what that is, what that's all about.
Sure, yeah, that's called GT Nexus University. And about 2 years ago, the company made the decision to invest more heavily in the use of information to make our employees more effective at their jobs, and also then to take the same technique and tactics to make our customers more effective at using our products. And so as a leader of that initiative, you know, we thought of a number of different paths. Technology was certainly one required component to make it work. We considered some learning management systems and other applications, but at the end of the day, we found ReadyTalk to be the most convenient for in a number of ways. The first is that it's easy to use. The system was already operational in our organization. No software required. And the instructors could be located anywhere around the world. And all they need is a phone line and access to the public internet. So the technology component of GT Nexus University is ReadyTalk. And typically how it's used, the instructor will invite in a number of students and deliver the content of the course. And then after that, we'll maintain the content and store the files on the ReadyTalk servers, and then stream that content into a number of different platforms where the students can consume that information asynchronously. This is important for our company because we have employees around the world on different time zones. So this ability to consume content at their leisure and at their convenience reduces, you know, roadblocks to adoption.
Sure. I know that you said that nevertheless you do try to schedule those courses at specific dates and times, and that maybe gets it sort of implanted in people's minds. Oh yeah, this is happening, and it's happening on a regular basis. So that live kind of calendar-based approach is important to get that to be in their thinking, but then at the same time, people can't make it, they need to be able to access it at a different time and place.
Yeah, that's right. It's kind of the best of both worlds. The best of being there live with an instructor and a series of students on on a regular basis. So that's was one of our techniques to institutionalize GT Nexus University. It's a known day and time across the organization, but also realizing that a lot of people travel and cannot get to that live session can also benefit equally from that.
And I know the university courses are focused on, hey, what's new with our product, getting people up to speed on sales and service and support, but you also use it for training in other ways, right? Corporate training on new applications, new policies and procedures, things like that?
That's right. It's very common for our courses to be focused on our own applications. That's what our employees need to know. For example, our customer service people being knowledgeable about features and functions so they can better answer customer inquiries. But also goes far beyond that into teaching and learning about concepts in the world of supply chain management, in cloud-based technology, and other relevant topics that are important to the employees' overall awareness and knowledge.
And so tell me, what do you see as the biggest benefits so far from using web conferencing and ReadyTalk in particular?
Yeah, it's been extremely valuable on a number of different fronts. I'll start with tactical benefits around just ease of use in terms of connecting people together across different geographies and time zones on a single audio conference call. It's been extremely beneficial to share other media and content through the web channels on ReadyTalk, which include both PowerPoint and live web-based applications. To more strategic considerations, which is I view the ReadyTalk portfolio as more as a knowledge capture and publication tool. And for our company, that's been a great way to store that content, gather it, and make it available to our employees around the world.
Appropriate, given that you're in charge of knowledge management,
That's right, that's right. This is squarely in my domain.
So what do you have for the future? I mean, what's next for your use of web conferencing?
I think more of the same. More courses in GT Nexus University, not only internally for our employees, but also moving that external for our customers.
Yeah.
That's certainly one innovation that we'll inject into that program in the coming months.
Yeah.
On a feature function level, we look forward to connecting our ReadyTalk account to our Salesforce instance.
Yeah, they just came out with that
They
capability.
did, yeah. So ReadyTalk for Salesforce, I think, will be important for our corporate marketing team to take a better advantage of those features and functions and integrate it with our contact list, for example.
Right.
One of the other things we use the system for, I didn't mention earlier, are wider audience-based webcasts. So our product evolves at a pretty rapid rate, about every 6 weeks, and our product managers invite all of our customers in for webcasts to go to review the major features and functions. And so that would be a great use case where we'll integrate that with Salesforce. The other thing I'd say is enhanced branding and theming around how the content's delivered, more in a GT Nexus look and feel. And then lastly, I would say moving into transcription services. So, the ability to capture content in an unstructured format, which is what the audio does, is extremely valuable. But transitioning that and migrating it to text-based information then becomes searchable in a much more easy way. And then it can be used then for other applications as well.
Yeah, so another way to make that web conferencing content just part of your overall knowledge management, data store, and kind of make it available to your employees any way they need it.
That's the plan. That's the plan. So create content, capture it, store it, and archive it in a way that can be consumed at any time around the world, independent of device.
That sounds great. John, thanks for being with us today. And for all of you out there, thank you for joining us. I'm Melanie Turek from Frost and Sullivan, signing off.